Hey, what's up everyone? This is just a quick live stream update. I was going to do a live stream yesterday evening. At night. I did one during the evening about 3:30, I guess. And I was streaming and people were joining. And then the phone died on me. It died quicker than I was expecting it to die. I said that I was going to do a live stream later that evening and I did not. I actually fell asleep. And I was solid gone after that. I was so tired. I went straight to sleep, and I did not get back up for a long time. Well, actually, till like a little while ago, till just like a few minutes ago, I woke up again. I woke up throughout the night very sleepy. But yeah, that's the live stream update. I'm gonna have to set that for another time. Does anyone know how to pre-plan a live stream? I tried doing that, and it tried to just put me directly into the live stream each time, so I need to know how to plan a live stream out and plan ahead of time so that other people can be aware and know and plan to join the stream, and that way it's not so sporadic and unexpected. Still congested, but I sounded better yesterday, but now I'm getting back that way again. But the thing is, yeah, I need to know how to plan that. How to plan one out, and not just state in a video that, oh, I'm going to do a live stream, but actually plan it out and have it planned out. By the way, pray for a good, calm, happy, peaceful Sunday for everyone, including us, and just wanted to give that quick update. But there was a person stating that, you don't need to invest in the stock market, that you need to invest in Jesus Christ for your spirit. I know that. I get that. You need to invest in eternity. You need to invest in your soul, invest in God. I get that. I understand. I'm not arguing with you on that fact. On that part, I know spiritually that without the Spirit we are nothing. Without the Holy Spirit we're nothing. Without the Spirit we're nothing. I know that. Without the Lord, Jesus Christ is forgiver, redeemer, and He is Savior, forgiver of sins. I know that. I've stated that many times in my videos. I even stated it in the one that you were talking about if you listen through the whole thing. But I'm not arguing or bashing what anyone stated. I'm just stating that one person stated, "You fool," in a video. Don't do that. It's just a fair warning. I wouldn't call anyone a fool because it does say, though, in the Bible, if you go by that it states that, I mean, I know how we can't pick and choose. That but many of us are like, well, we go by one thing, but we ignore another. A huge example is the book of Leviticus people always bring up, but about eating shellfish, and they say don't eat shellfish and things like that. And many of us love seafood, so it's like, that's the type of thing that people point out a lot. It's like it'll say one thing in there, and we go by one and not the other, and they argue with that a lot. And all this arguing, you see, it's so old. But Jesus Christ gave His life for us, to forgive us, and for hope at eternity. But I'm not arguing with that at all. But someone said that they said, "You fool, it's time travel," about the Mandela effect, or not about the Mandela effect, but about the Schumann resonance and all these frequencies and booms and strange sounds. You could have easily said, I wouldn't name call. I agree it's a possibility, but that there are things going on causing this. Speaking of which, the government stating, hey, there are crafts now. The military said there are crafts that move faster than we can even, and they're landing on our planes and then disappear. Take off at the speed that would kill a human. They said nothing could pilot a craft like that. It would have to be eons ahead of us, and they told the military to report them if they see them because UFOs and aliens are legitimate. I have a feeling it could be for a false flag agenda as well, though, but they even told the general public, report UFOs if you see them. So, that's another thing. I do believe the fallen angels will trick people as well. I think maybe people could disappear. And then like the people who believe, could disappear and be taken by things. And then they'll say, oh, it was an alien abduction. But, many people, even the ancients, believed that we would go through portals and go home. But we'll see what happens. The Lord will take us when He's ready. But just try not to call someone a fool, because it says that those who call their brother a fool are in fear. If you call your brother a fool or hate your brother, that you could be in fear of the fires of hell. the lake of fire, it says that you can't don't call your brother a fool, basically. So, I love you, by the way, I love you, but be careful on that, because I wouldn't want to see you be in trouble for that. But I hate pointing out someone else's. I don't want to sound like a. Some people are like, well, that's a douchey move. That's a douche move to point out someone else's. Like you're being a douchebag pointing out someone else's. Sorry about the language, I guess, but you're being a butthole by pointing out someone else's sins. And I don't do that. I don't want to point out someone else's sin at all, because we're all sinners. All of us fall short. None of us will be deemed worthy without the Lord. So I just want to state that I hope I can get my this crystal that I've been wearing I've worn it for a while, and it seemed to help with everything, with many different things, balance and spiritual connection and everything. It's amethyst quartz crystal. The necklace broke, and it's the necklace that I had. I can't find any necklaces that work. I just can't find any at all. Most of them don't fit around my neck, and that's just the way it is. And I feel like the Lord, God used all of these energies and all these things, and even various crystals will be used in the kingdom of heaven. If you look in the book of Revelation, or various books, I don't know if it was Revelation or not. Revelations, as many people remember, they were Mandela affected, but I can't remember if it was, it stated that there'll be various crystals and stones used in the kingdom of heaven because of their properties and their connection with God. And you can utilize certain things, and you can use it for good or bad. It depends upon the intention of the person, the intention of the user. Believe me, magic is real. Energy is real. Sometimes it can take a heck of a lot of work and a lot of focusing to utilize it and harness it, but it takes, in the past, especially when I was worked up, I've utilized energy beyond what I can explain if I was stressed, nervous, or worked up, or upset. Sometimes not for the better, because I would get worked up and say something to mean, and it would happen, or when I was upset I could push energy and all kinds of things, but it's hard to meditate. It's hard to get zen and meditate. It's hard to do that. I haven't been able to meditate properly in a long time. I know Jesus meditated, and I know a lot of spiritual people meditate, and I have in the past, and I actually obtained once where I left my body, and I obtained peace. It was such a peaceful feeling. I was like mind awake, body asleep, peace and love. I was meditating on the same words. A crystal actually appeared in this box next to me, just like a tiny little stone, and I took pictures of it. It would reflect this universal looking energy on it. It was really cool. It was tiny, but it was beautiful. And a crystal actually appeared, a crystal ball, actually a small one, about the shape of the size of a marble, appeared under me in the bed. When I got back in the bed, I was like, where'd that come from? And then I had a dream that my granny was trying to communicate with me, but reach for me and say something. I actually was leaving my body the other night. I left my body, and I had no control over that. I just left my body, and she was trying to reach for me and talk, but talking telepathically, but I didn't feel like it was my granny. I had a feeling it was something pretending to be her. I can sense when the actual spirit is who they say they are. And she said, because you wear that crystal, I can't get to you. And she was reaching for me, and I said, I actually have a crystal next to me in the bed right now. And it was like the spirits couldn't reach to me because of that. And I didn't really fall for that. The negative entities and spirits would say that. Positive spirits, they've warned me and touched me and gotten around me and come around even when I was wearing that. But I just had a feeling that I don't think she would say that, because I have actually I felt the presence of my granny even when I'm wearing that crystal. A person online during a live stream actually said that they sensed someone around me that matched my granny to 100%, and they'd never heard the description of my granny, but that person matched it. They described her to a T, and they said they were empathic and clairvoyant, clairsentient, or clairaudient. I think a clairaudient is when you can hear things beyond. Clairsentient is when you sense many things beyond. Clairvoyant is when, there's different definitions of these individuals, and I've had a little experience of all of them. But back to the comment when this person was telling me that I was being, you're not supposed to invest in the stock market. Well, I know they state that money is the root of all evil, but like many things, it has to do with the intention. And I don't intend to use money for negativity and spreading evil. I mean, if I invest, you've got to. I know it says in various books, especially the Bible, that we're not supposed to invest in this world, the material goods. We're supposed to invest in the spiritual realm, invest in the Lord, and it says that we're supposed to basically practically live in a mountain and just live in that. When you're awakened, what do? It's like, well, what good does it do you in the physical realm? Because you have to make money, you have to live. You don't eat, you don't drink, and you just don't survive. You can't buy anything, you can't live in society if you don't make some form of money. So my point is, I could use that money, money from donations, and help other people out. I could use, if I were to make money from the stock market, believe me, like if they said, don't invest in the stock market, invest in the Lord. Yes, you must invest in the Lord. But I mean, if I were to invest in the stock market and be able to make a profit, a profit for good, not like profit negativity, but if I were to make money from it, then yes, it's sort of a gamble, I suppose. But what in life isn't, really? And this person stated, don't invest in the stock market, invest in the Lord. Yes, I get that, invest in the Lord. But, I mean, if I were to make money from the stock market, if anyone knows a good stock to invest in, not a good stock. I was looking at this Ameritrade and trying to figure out how to do that, but my phone's too out of memory. I'm thinking I'm going to have to use the PayPal money to buy another phone, just like mine for now, but the cheapest one's $120. But I'm going to have to, because my phone keeps getting out of memory. I can't receive texts. I can't receive notifications much. And then I have to keep deleting the Chrome browser's memory and then starting over with Chrome and then just deleting at least 100 megabytes. And just to free up just enough memory to receive a message. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to order a phone. That's the priority right now. Order another Galaxy S5 to just do me at least until I can get a modern one or another one. I like this one especially because it's got the infrared sensor, so you can use as a remote for the air conditioner, the converter box, the TV, or speaker or whatever. But if you invest in the stock market, if anyone knows a good investment, let me know. Someone was stating, hey, invest in cryptocurrency. Well, PayPal, that's a great, Google, PayPal, Netflix, Amazon, those types of things. Hey, if I were to make money, believe me, I would be giving back to people. If I made a lot of money from the stock market, if I were to receive a lot of money out of the stock market, believe me, I would help those in need. I would help the hungry, I would help the sick, I would help the poor, I would help people in need, people suffering. Like we have done, we have been on our last dollar before, not knowing from one moment to the next what we're going to do. Well, do we pay bills? Do we go here? We were, in the past, we've had to, and it still happens every once in a while. You're like, well, we go in the negatives in the bank. And like this week, we're really close on it, but you have to do what you have to do. And it happens. And if we were to invest in the stock market and make a profit out of that, gain income out of that, I would definitely utilize it to help people who have been in our situation or even worse. Those people who are homeless, who have no way of being able to help themselves. The people in need, the sick, the needy. The people who are legitimately in need in this world. And there are way too many. While the elites just live it up and sit at the top of the pedestal. It's just wrong. And believe me, if I were to make money, that is what I would do. Without a doubt in my mind or heart, I would give back to the people. And if you use it for the right purposes, I don't see how receiving money from the stock market would be a negative. And that's just my opinion on it. And some people have stated that, you know, I mean, listen, though, you have to give back to people. And we have been in the... I know what it's like to... You don't know, it's like, well, do you pay bills? What do you do? You're going to... So, I mean, we were... When my daddy worked for a certain company, we were fortunate enough that there was this spot, this McDonald's, that they gave $1 Big Macs. That's what we would eat. We would eat these $1 Big Macs, and we would eat these $1 Big Macs, and that was fortunate for us because it was a cheap meal, and when we were really going through a rough time, and we still have our ups and downs, but I mean, the thing is that I know what it's like to worry from moment to moment. And if investing in the stock market can help out, and I can use that money to be able to help other people, I don't see a problem with it. Now, being greedy and holding it all for yourself and not giving to others. Many people were talking about how Bernie Sanders was saying, he said that Trump never gave any money back, and that Trump did this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. And then they asked him about his tax returns, and he said, "Oh, this is not, I'm not the one in question here. I want his, why don't you ask about his tax returns?" And he turned it around. They found out he had only invested maybe 1 or 2% in his entire time that he has been rich. His entire time, he only invested that 1 or 2%, a very minimal amount of his money, to charities, according to the news. And think about that. Hey, kitty. I mean, he has a lot of money he can invest. If I had that much money, believe me, I would be sharing and giving to others, giving to the needy, providing for homeless shelters, providing food for people. Heck, I should probably, like my mama said, volunteer at the soup kitchen, volunteer and help people. I mean, just help people out. I see an elderly person, I try to help them. Someone who has a hard time. Now, some elderly people, they get around better than both my mama and I do. I mean, they move like I don't know where people get their energy from, but yeah. And people, they talk so quick, they just move. They're just like energetic, just like this right here. Some days I'm like that, but not all the time. These people are like that 24/7. A lot of the young people now, they're just like they're on speed or Adderall or something. And they brag about getting Adderall and getting addicted to it. It's like, I don't know. It's just crazy. This world is crazy. But yeah, if I had it, I would help. I would help people out, and we're told to help people out. Yeah, I feel like our time is short, but in this new age that we've headed into, before the shift of 2015, we felt it coming, and then everyone was all of a sudden talking about it, including myself. And it's a beautiful thing that through the internet we found each other. And yeah, if I ever make a lot where I can help people out, if you got an idea for the stock market I want to invest in, let me know. Because believe me, I don't feel like it would be evil if I were to be able to help people out in this world. I know you're not supposed to set your sights on material goals, and you're not guaranteed tomorrow. Focus on today. That's what we're always told. But you've got to make it somehow in this world. You have to make it somehow. And if you can utilize that to help other people out, I feel like that's great. So, anyway, I just wanted to say that I'm sorry I didn't get to do that live stream that I had promised yesterday evening, and that didn't turn out like I was wanting. I didn't get to do that, or it was on Saturday evening I was going to do that. But I fell asleep and that was that. So anyway, I love you all. I pray that we all feel better. And yes, I've been getting a lot of earring. My ears are stopped up and I'm congested and everything. But I've been feeling these shifts that have been happening. Other people have been stating they've been getting really moody, dark, depressed, anxiety, and anxious, and getting all these shift symptoms that happen. So they can relate to that. So anyway, I just want to state I love you all. Peace, and thanks for listening to this talk about the live stream that I missed, or that I didn't get to do. If you know how to schedule a live stream, let me know. When you schedule it, how does that work? Do you pre-record it, or do you schedule a stream, and how do you do a pre-recorded stream where you say, I'm going to upload this video at so-and-so time? Let me know how to do that. And if you have a good stock to invest in, let me know as well, and let me know how to invest in it. I looked at Ameritrade, and I was figuring out, well, how do I do that? They say there's a fee involved, and then there's a fee to take your money out, put it in there, and take it out. So let me know how all that works. And where would it come from? Can you do it from PayPal? Can you do it from Google Play Money? Do you do it debit or credit, or some kind of a gift card? What do you do? They used to have gift cards at Kroger for a stock market card, but I don't see those anymore. But anyway, give your thoughts, and peace. As always, this is Spaced Out Productions, signing out. Peace. Much love. Bye.